So if you go to acadsystems.com, okay, so this is our main page, our home page. So by visiting this website, so you will get various kind of informations, okay, according to our company informations. And okay, company informations, we are having located also in Penang as one of our branch, and our HQ is in Ampang, KL. Okay, and we also have latest promotions and news. Okay, if you wanted to trade your old license to a new subscription in Autodesk, we still have the trade promotions running for. And also, due to the pandemic season, we no longer not yet organize the physical classes, and we have changed to the online training. Okay, so if you guys still want to learn new things, new software like Revit architecture, Inventor, and everything, you can sign up for our online training. Okay, and also if you guys want to learn for free, you can join our free online learning sessions. As of today, we are running with Revit 2021 amazing new features, and coming the next week we are having another learning session. We are having a learning session of Inventor basic logic configuration. So for those who are interested to learn more, you can join the sessions. And also you can request if you have any topics that you wanted us to show you just for free. Okay, so there is a schedule for our online training sessions that is available until August. Okay, if you guys want to find out more, you can always contact us at these numbers. We have all the sales team ready to attend you guys for any queries and so on. Okay, so okay, back to the Revit 2021. Okay, so recently Autodesk in around April, okay, Autodesk has launched the Revit 2021 new features, and it has a massive amounts of new features, which is for me is very good and very brilliant. And that is why today I know that version in Revit is very particular. It's like that if you are working with Revit 2021, you can no longer going back to 2020, so then so on. And that's the reason why Autodesk is doing that, because all new features coming in the new version released is not supported by the previous version. So for instance, let me show you one of the example that we can do in Revit 2021. Okay, so basically you can previously no Revit version can support PDF linking and so on. Even if you want to import that PDF, you may want to convert that PDF into AutoCAD raster design, AutoCAD raster drawing, so that it can be in the DWG format. Then you can bring it back to Revit just to trace the drawing. Okay, but nowadays with Revit 2021, you can directly link all the PDF or images that you want to link, and you can exactly control the PDF or any images files just like you control any Revit file that you link. Okay, so if I want to show you the example, so let's say I'm opening a blank file. Okay, and if I want to work from the PDF reference, okay, I just want to go to insert. So this is the user interface of Revit 2021. It's still the same, but with the additional features like this. Okay, so if you go to insert menu and go to link PDF, okay, let's say I want to link the this kind of PDF, click open. Okay, you can, if there are many pages, you can pick what page that you want to import in, and you can also define the resolutions that is helping you to trace, not tracing, they're happy to show you the PDF in a better vector. Okay, for instance, I want to choose the 300 dpi and click OK. Okay, so this drawing or this PDF is having the size of A4, okay, and with the actual size of 1 to 100 scale. Okay, and as usual, I can lock this, so meaning that if I want to make sure this is having the right measurement, I'll just simply calculate the distance here, and you will find there is accurate distance. Okay, if you want to read the drawing, okay, if you want to measure the drawing accurately, so this scale is not changed at all. Okay, but you have to make sure if you are importing A4 size, it becomes A4 with the right scale. Okay, don't ever shrink your files A1 into A4 and then you import into Revit, so it will ruin the scale factor. Okay, so that's the benefit of this. And then even though you cannot really trace the lines, but I believe if let's say you want to draw a grid line here, okay, you can still get the right positioning, okay, and then you can read the measurement clearly, and then you can start copying to other places as well. Right, so this is the way we are going to utilize the PDF new features in Revit 2021. Okay, and with the enhancements of Revit scheduling, okay, so as you can see, Revit 2021 can support the strip rows with the colors. Okay, so as usual, previously you were having schedules with black and white. Sometimes if you have hundreds or thousands of elements that you want to show, you want to print out, you can hardly see the elements one by one because it doesn't come with colors. So in Revit 2021, it can help you to read the schedule better by allowing you to assign colors to any rows that you want. Okay, for instance, okay, if I will go back to this, if I want to go to Revit 2021 and find some of the sample schedules created. Okay, so let's say I want to create the schedule for the doors. Okay, door schedules, and click OK, and I will go with mark value, family, and type, and also show some door height and width. Okay, that's the example. So this is the usual standard schedule that you can generate from Revit for any versions. Okay, by working with Revit 2021, you can see that there is options in the appearance. Okay, rather than dealing with text, size, and so on, you can assign the strip rows with this, for instance, with this kind of colors. Like say we go with the light blue. Okay, and then you can also assign the second row with any colors. Okay, let's say we go with the light gray. Okay, and then click OK, and you can see you can actually, and in addition of that, you can actually press Control and hold. Okay, and then you can still zoom in the schedules and to see it better, which previously you can't. It started with Revit 2020.2. This is the features started from 2020.2 that you can zoom in and zoom out the schedule, which is convenient for if you have thousands or hundreds of elements in the schedules, then this is the way we deal with schedules. Okay, and this is very helpful tool for generating the schedules with colors, and I guess everybody will like it. Okay, and then if we back to the other options, the other features that is available, okay, and for a new categories that is available in Revit 2021 is the infrastructure, and also for the additional items for bridge framing, okay, for bridges. So under infrastructure discipline, we have the bridges options, so that whenever you work with like you do civil works in Revit, so you can assign the models with the right categories. So you no longer use the generic all the time, which sometimes would cause troubles if you link the models to with other parties. Okay, so this is the new additional categories that is available. So good, it is good for civil. Okay, and another features that is available in Revit 2021 is how you can enhance, how Revit enhance the view filters. Okay, so why people need these view filters? Because for instance, if you are working with the plumbing, let's say we go with this plumbing, and then we go with the domestic cold water, for instance. Okay, and with the detail level of fine, and then we're going to create another plumbing with another type of systems. For instance, this is one is the domestic hot water. Okay, it's having a different color. Yes, it is good to have a different color, but usually submitting Revit models to a BIM manager for the projects requires you to have a color code, and that is why we require to have filter settings so that you can determine your service by solid color. Okay, so if we go to VG and we go to filters and add filters, go to domestic cold water, okay, and then add another filters, go to domestic hot water, and then you can have cold water override patterns here, and go to pattern solid and change the color to, for instance, for cold water, we go with green. Okay, and then click OK. And let's say for hot water, we go with solid and color orange. Okay, so the additional features in filter is that you have the enable filters, and also the on top of the visibility that is always available in Revit. Okay, for instance, if I go with this, you will see, okay, let me enlarge the size of this plumbing. Okay, so this is the way we assign the color code in Revit for any versions. But the good thing of this, if you want to generate a floor plan not to visible or not to enable both colors in single view, what you can do is that we can always go to the filters back, and then we have to disable, let's say I want to disable the cold water. Okay, and you can see the cold water is the cold water color code is already disabled. Okay, and what happened to the visibility? Visibility is the way we hide the objects along with the code. Okay, so that is why visibility and enable and disable filter is the way we control the data in the drawing, in let's for especially for services drawing, piping, ducting, and electrical. Okay, that is very crucial to deal with filters, and Revit 2021 enhance the features to control the filters better. Okay, and another new features, which is for me is very compelling, is that the way we can rotate the text with components for improvements. Okay, so for instance, if I go to the let's say I'm going to delete this PDF for now. Let's say I'm going to draw a set of, okay, and if I want to go put some door here, also some window. Okay, and if you want to generate the tagging, you can go to the annotate and you can simply click at the tag all. Okay, let's say I want to tag the doors and windows. Okay, as you can see, this tagging is not aligned to the doors. Okay, so if you want to make it align, so you can go to edit family. Okay, and then there is a new features here. We can rotate with components. So you have to click that one and save the family and load it back into the project. Okay, override, and you can see the tagging is aligned. Okay, so it is very helpful if you have plenty of tagging that you're going to place at one drawing, at one views. And these features, I believe, is very suitable for, let's say you want to tagging up the electrical lightings, you want to tagging up some things like is following the building, call it building angle and so on. So by having the angle tagging, so it's going to help you to tidy up your labeling in Revit. Okay, but these features is only good for people who deals with many sets of tagging in one drawing. So if you think that is not very helpful to you, then you can still go back to the family editing. Okay, and then untick it back here in the properties, rotate with disable the rotate with components and load back into the projects. Okay, and from that point you can still go back to normal. Okay, so that is how Revit is going to help you with the tagging. Okay, and this is for me it is very helpful, and one day you will have to use these features. Okay, so let's move to the that's the general. Okay, of course there are many features in many updates in general, but if you want to go to specific to, let's say you want to go to architecture in specific. Okay, so there is a new features embedded in Revit 2021. We call it as a generative design. Okay, so unfortunately I cannot show you the demo because I don't have the access as of now. Okay, but I can show you some samples on video on how we going to use, how we can utilize generative design. Okay, for instance, if you are having office, if you want to create an office layout and you do not know what is the best layout to arrange the tables, office tables and chairs to make sure everybody got the right position. Okay, and you can use this generative design to allow maximize Windows view so that the arrangement will make sure everybody that is working in the room will get to see the outside views well. Okay, so it's kind of trying to maximize the potential of arranging the layout, so it will define the position of the glasses, windows, so make sure it will read the drawing well to understand where is the way we can view to outside, and it will come up with some proposals of the arrangement. Okay, it depends on the numbers of workstations or desks that is that you choose. Okay, and then you can also pick any of them if you kind of agree, and let's say you can define the importance. Let's say you want to start with the views to outside, okay, and then you want to go next with the number of desks as the second priority, and then you can have the best options here available, and all of the options are good, but it's just what is the best solution for you, and that what suits you the best based on the generative design. Okay, so this is the automated process. You don't have to think on how to arrange the table anymore. Okay, this is one way we can do with generative design. Okay, and the other way we can do with generative design is to this is useful for architects to design create the meshing design, meshing box design. And this is the first step to create a meshing. If you want to do, if you don't want to design blindly without any informations on or any calculations, because you will end up with the poor design. But by working with these features, it can help you to define the best shape, okay, the best shape that can support the density of the people, the occupancy, okay, and the best shape that can help you to design it better, especially for the high-rise building. So this feature is very cool for me. And previously, if you want to do this kind of meshing studies, you have to be very good in Dynamo. You know very well that Dynamo is very hard to control. Even if you think that Dynamo is easy, it's still far way to go to get this kind of result easily like this. Okay, so if you are the architects or designers or anything related to design, so you can use that features to maximize your potential. And the features that I really like in Revit 2021 is the realistic views. Okay, you know very well that Revit realistic views is sometimes is most oftenly look like a cartoon. Okay, so I admit that. But in 2021, you will amazed that it has improved a lot in terms of the graphics in realistic view. Okay, for instance, we are looking at these samples projects, and you can see there is the, if you will go to realistic view, okay, and it will process the views. Of course, it becomes heavier because it brings you the best graphic settings to get the models done. Okay, so hopefully you can work now, because you know, yes, you can see the way it shows the shadow is not yet shadow. The way it shows the material is quite smooth, okay, and it's not really the edge is quite clear. It's not really like not looks like it's sketching edges, okay, and you can see even if you are not opening up the shadows, you can still look at the material well. But what if you turn on the shadow? Okay, and what will happen is that you will get the enhanced views and you will be amazed by the how realistic is that in design stage. Okay, it's not yet rendered. Okay, it's not yet processed to image rendering images and so on. We don't use any rendering engine like V-Ray and so on. But by working with these new realistic views in Revit, you can see the mood. Okay, the environment is quite warm. It's following the actual sun settings here. Okay, let's see. You want to go with KL. Okay, it's going to take some time to search the place. Okay, we go with default city list. Okay, and then we go to, let's say we go to the Kuala Lumpur. Where is it? Kuala Lumpur. Okay, found it. All right, so and we're going to change the time. Let's say for now it's 2:55, and then we go to a bit late to the evening to get the moods for the evening. Then okay, and you can see even the sunlight helps you to define how it looks like, how the shadow will looks like in the evening around 8 p.m. Okay, so it's 7 p.m. and so on. So this is kind of really helping you to do the shadow analysis easily. It's not like just you assume that the shadow will go that way, and then you don't have the actual lighting setting and so on. But these features actually, without rendering at all, you can see in realistic view how good is that. I believe there is the other software has yet to come with this realistic views with quality graphics. Okay, and that is good for and that's the features that I really like working with Revit 2021. And of course, it requires your PC to have a very good graphics and RAM so to support this. Okay, and we move on to the other features. Okay, and as an architect, I really like the way we can do designs. Let's say you want to work with slanted walls with angles 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and so on. And previously in Revit, even it's quite hard to create a slanted wall, even if you can, but it's not easily can be done because they don't have the exact features to support. Yeah, you have to go with the uh, generic models, sometimes you go to in-place model just to make sure you can create the slanted walls. Okay, but in Revit, these features is very cool for me. It's very cool because it's kind of help you to models the slanted wall easily. So I'm going to fix in the walls, standard wall, okay? But the difference between this and 2021 version and the previous one, we have another additional options here in the properties to change the cross section from vertical to slanted. Okay, and then you can define the angle. So let's say you want to go with 10 degree, or you can also define the negative value to make it angle to the left. Okay, and if you want to draw, you can draw the wall as usual. Okay, and then you can also do trimming as usual. And if you go to 3D view, you will see. So you are creating a slanted wall of 10 degree. And if you don't want it to be slanted, then you can simply go back to 0. And let's say you want to make it slanted to the other sides, you can always enter the negative value of -10. Okay. So this is helpful because as a designer, you may want to deal with having a box building is quite boring, and sometimes your designs you have to play with some slanted walls to show your impressive design. So and people keep complaints that Revit cannot really support the complex design. And here with 2021, it proves the theory that Revit can simply support the complex design. It's just the way we do design and how by utilizing new features in new versions, it helps you to speed up your design process. And by working with Revit, you can easily generate 2D drawing. Okay, you don't have to worry about 2D drawing, section, elevation, and so on. Okay, and then by having the slanted walls, let's say if you want to, what happens if you want to locate the doors and windows? All right, so let's go to the plan views here. And if let's say I want to put the doors or windows, okay, let's say you want to go with types of windows. Okay, and then I will place some of the windows here. Okay, and if you look at the 3D view, originally the windows will be placed vertically. Okay, it's common because it reads the walls. It's yet to read the wall as slanted. But if you click at the windows and then change the orientations from vertical to slanted in the properties, okay, you can simply relocate the align the windows according to the wall's angle. Okay, you don't have to worry on the process of creating of Windows family is still the same. Okay, it's just that you can make sure. Previously, if you are working with like in-place modeling to create a slanted wall, so it's quite hard to get the windows and doors. You have to create another set of windows family with the actual angle to fit in the model. So that's just quite hard for me to deal with slanted building. So this is a new features. For me, it's going to be very helpful. for new users, I know that you won't be using these 2021 versions for today. You may not want to use that one because of the versions, project version control and so on. Okay, but for your own knowledge and for your own goods, this is very helpful if you don't involve with other parties. If your company just work around with Revit models on your own, you are working in silos, you don't involve with other parties, then this implementing Revit 2021 is a good move for your company. Okay, and with that, we Revit 2021 also have another features for specifically for structure, so you can get better integrated precast. So if your company is dealing with precast drawing, so this would be very good tools because it is now fully integrated. You can simply create details of the precast from Revit itself. You don't have to bring it out, export the model out to the other software. You can create shop drawing as usual, even better. Okay, and then if you are working with robot structural analysis software, okay, you can also see the results in Revit because both software, robot structural analysis and Revit 2021 is now fully integrated. You can bring in and bring out all the models from Revit to robot and from robot back to Revit and with the results. Okay, so this is one good example. And then if you are working with steel structure in Revit 2021, you can have more complexity on editing the steel structure or steel members and set the connections. Of course, it's starting from 2020 versions. Revit has already improved on the steel members modeling. Okay, and it's not just doing the standard steel, but you can customize the steel shapes up to your your project, because some fabricators require some customs and some projects doesn't require standards. So this is Revit steel can do that. And of course, for better steels modeling, you can go to advanced steel. Okay, and for MEP, if you are working with PNID modeler with the help of BIM 360 docs, you can bring the PNID model into Revit, but you have to access. You need to have access to BIM 360 docs, okay, to migrate, to transfer the model. Okay, you cannot simply import the model. And then if you are working with the MEP modeling fabrication model parts, you can, other than convert models to fabrication parts, you can also export or integrate the models into the MAJ format. So MAJ format is the where you can bring the models into a software like Fabrication ChemDuct, and it can read your model well so that the machines would understand the measurement and so on and do the cutting automatically. And on top of that, it has better MEP system analysis for mechanical designer. So, but to implement this, you need to be very good on. You need to have access also to the Autodesk Insight, and this is enhanced tool for MEP designers and MEP engineers, especially for mechanical, to know the analytical geometry, to create hatchback systems, sketch tool with space and so on, create zones with plan loop types and so on. Okay, so this is the additional features, and if you want to know in further details of other features that are related to you, you can contact us for another demonstration. So this is kind of overview for I cannot afford to show all features. It's gonna take hours to finish everything. So again, so if you think that there are features in the list here that's going to help you in in delivering better modeling in Revit, so feel free to contact us. You can also contact my number if you want to. And I will show to you how the new features will help you in detail. Let's say you are doing structure modeling. So how you're going to do, how this Revit 2021 will help you modeling steel structure better, and how, if you are the electrical engineer, how you can play with the single phase model board, CB panel boards and so on. So if it's previously on electrical components, they will only have the three-phase schedule. So now you can integrate with the single phase as well. Okay, and then the switchboard circuit phase selection is enhanced, and you can now create families with fuse. So it's kind of cool for me. So it's not just normally a box. Previously it was a box, okay, but now it integrates with the fuse inside. Okay, and then of course for generally, if you in general there are new Dynamo versions available 2.5, the most advanced version of Dynamo with additional categories inside. Okay, and also the way we deal with family voids. Okay, so there are a lot of enhanced features and new features as well in Revit 2021. Okay, so that's all for now. If you have a question and answer, I will give you a few minutes to prepare the questions. Meanwhile, you can type in the chat room for any questions that you want. So there are 20 of you. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to share, you can please type in the group chat. So I will know, then I will try to respond to the questions and points. Okay. Can you conduct one webinar that related with collaboration like WordSet and Centralify? So that's a good inquiry by Dino Chong. So I absolutely can do that. So if you would like me to invite you on that particular webinar, you can simply drop your emails personally to me in the chat group, so that you won't be missed out from the from the event. Okay, so that's a good request. That some people are working with Revit. Sometimes they do not know how to deal with collaboration, especially with the new and collaboration with BIM 360 and Revit. Okay, and if I can tell that most of the new projects like BIM projects, a new one, so most of them are trying to integrate the process of modeling with BIM 360. Okay, and I will be having the BIM 360 design webinar or online learning in 2 weeks' time. Okay, and in that webinar, I will also show you some things related to the collaboration in Revit and the WordSet and so on. So feel free to join the sessions, okay, and keep following our web page event and our website to get new events coming. Can install 2021 without uninstalled older version? Yes, you can. Okay, but you can only run the one version at one time. So if you are hoping that you can run 2020 and 2021 simultaneously, that is impossible. Okay, and you cannot do that to open any version simultaneously. So it can only support even without uninstallation. So you can still install Revit 2021. Okay, with Autodesk changing the license to name user, so you can still install the versions 3 years back to, let's say for now it's 2021 already kicked off. You got 2020, 2019, and 2018 that you can install, but you cannot run the program simultaneously. Only one version at one time. Okay, so is there any more questions? So if you have any issues on your work, on your modeling, or anything related to your Autodesk software, okay, you can also go to our website and find our help through help desk. Okay, if you go to our website, so you can see This help desk can help you. If you go to help desk and Acad system, go to Acad system new help desk, and you can continue as guest easier. Okay, but you have to provide your name. Okay, for instance, don't forget to provide the subject, what kind of issues. Sorry. Okay, let's say for licensing error, you can need to provide your email for us to respond back and your company. And don't forget to further detail up your descriptions. Let's say you get the license error message during startup. Okay, so let us know in detail, and you can also attach images if you have any images that you want to attach, and assign the category to KL or Penang. So if you are around in the north area, you can go to Penang. If you are in the west area, central area here in KL or JB, you can always ask for KL. And put the priority to high and medium if you want to. And our teams will respond to you immediately. Okay, and then I will also try to organize a webinar as requested by one of you to organize a webinar for scheduling and costing. So that is involving Navisworks. Okay, so how we going to utilize your Revit models and bring it to Navisworks and generate costing information and scheduling. Okay, and that will be planned afterwards. Okay, thank you for requesting the topic. So I will put that into account. Okay, and for that, if you are having issues on contacting us, let's say you are contacting us during weekend or night time, you can still get to contact me through email. Okay, so you can still contact me through email acadsystems.com, or you can WhatsApp me at 012767676255. Okay, so this is my contact number. For any help that you need urgently, you can always raise your ticket in help desk first, and you can always contact me for anything. Okay, and okay, before we finish the sessions, I have to I need your response in the polls here. So let me run the polls. So I need your response whether you are satisfied with the lesson, or I need also your response. Okay, please click at any of all the polls questions. Answer yes or no if this webinar is help you. Let's say if you're able to learn, or if you would recommend this lesson to everyone, your friends and colleagues. Okay, so I will give you a few more seconds, 30 more seconds to respond. Okay, some of you have responded. Okay, it's good to know that most of you are satisfied with the online lessons. This is free online lessons, but this is helpful to you. Okay, and for those who think that you have not learned a lot in this webinar, I know that this topic may not be all related to you, but it's kind of good to get a new knowledge every day. And during this pandemic seasons, all we can do is attending the class online, the session online, so that we can help you more further. You can help you in if you request any other topics that related to your disciplines and job scopes. Feel free to drop me an email and requesting the workshops. Okay, so thank you for all the respondents. Okay, so I will end the polling. Okay, so that's good to know that you're all satisfied with this session, so that we can do more. events. Okay, and then before we end our session, so let us see your thumbs up if you are accessing this webinar through computer. Okay, you can go to the reactions button at below and give me a thumbs up. Okay, and if you are using via mobile phone, you can click at the more button at the bottom and find the reactions available. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, could you please give me the thumbs up? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so again, thank you very much for those who spend your time to join the sessions. So I wish you a joyful celebration of Hari Raya. Okay, selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri. So maaf saya batin dari Acad Systems. Okay, so hope to see you guys again in the coming weeks for new topics freshly for you guys. Okay, thank you very much for your times. See you again. Bye.